Time really passes by fast, right? And if you don't pay attention, just like that, 3 years fly by. 3 years ago, I packed my bags and left the Netherlands to start a new life in Thailand. Along the way, I met incredible people, learned a lot about myself, felt the highest highs and experienced my lowest lows. And now, well, here we are. Hi, I am May and I'm from the Netherlands. And as you probably already heard, I moved to Thailand almost 3 years ago. I read that on April 2022, I booked my one-way flight to Thailand. And as I was reading these old journals, I kind of got reminded again how terrified I was feeling in that period, how scared I was for the move. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to talk about that today. Also, today we're not in Bangkok. We are back in Jomtien Beach near Pattaya. So first, let's get out of the hotel and explore the area. Wow. Okay, so we made it to the rooftop of the hotel and the weather is very cloudy and very ominous. So I hope it's not starting to rain when I'm outside here. Anyways, I wanted to come out here and talk about the 3 main fears that I felt when I was having the idea of moving to Thailand. And the first one was the fear of making a big mistake. Back in the Netherlands, I had quite a stable job, right? It was, like fresh out of college. I got my first big girl job. And what most people did, or in my environment, was just take the job and then you basically start your career. You either grow into the industry, you grow into the company, or you chose your career path. Just the thought of going into something that is unknown, like that is not as stable, it's not as clear-cut, was very scary for me. I think the second fear that I kind of identified out of it is related to that, and that was the fear that I couldn't find a job when I was in Thailand. Only a few weeks before I had my one-way trip to Bangkok, I found a job. So for the longest time, I was so afraid that what if I can't find a job? What if I don't have an income? What if I, are unhireable? Or what if I have this big gap on my resume? I think just that, coming back to that unknown, like the big unknown of no certainty, is what very, very terrified me back in the day. And then the third fear of mine was basically leaving behind family and friends. Like, I was very scared that something bad would happen to family, friends, or loved ones, and I wasn't there to either help out or just quick enough to, be there. Also, a big part of me was like, of course, my parents are getting older, so I was very afraid that what if I regret so much to miss out on a lot of precious time with them. I think those were the 3 themes that I could pinpoint from my terrification of moving. Maybe we have to take this inside again. Okay, we are back from the little side quest and I am back in the hotel balcony. Hopefully the wind is not blowing away my phone this time. And next up, I kind of wanted to talk about how I felt like it became more manageable, how I could, I guess, overcome these fears. So I think the first thing that really helped me to kind of like ease the anxieties of moving out was actually taking steps to make it a reality. Because before, it was this very black, big unknown thing. Like, oh yeah, like sure, I do want to move out to Bangkok, but what does that mean? Like, how can my life look like? How can I make that work, right? It was so very like just only a dream and a thought, not really something realistic. So I feel like as soon as I was starting to take steps and doing some research to make it a reality, I built more confidence in myself, in that life that I could have, and that really helped. So for example, it was researching visa options. It was actually starting to look for a job in Thailand. It was looking at condo options, see how the process of getting, like housing, filling in kind of these gaps in my head, how my life could look like, and making it real is what helped me making the fears a bit more manageable. And then another thing that I felt like really helped was just giving it time. I think sitting with the idea of moving, of envisioning your life outside, being abroad, really helped, like thinking, yeah, it could work. And there was also kind of like this voice in the back of my head saying, like, if you don't do it now, like, when will you ever do it? Because it's literally the perfect time for you to move. You don't have anything that's basically holding you back in the Netherlands. Like, you can literally pack your suitcases and leave. Oh, and one thing that I also wanted to mention is I also kept asking myself, what is the worst case scenario that could happen? And for me, and I'm gonna sound very privileged here right now, because for me, I felt like the worst case scenario was, okay, I go to Bangkok, I can't find a job, I blow out all of my savings, and then what, right? Okay, then I have to go back and live with my parents back in the Netherlands again and start again finding a job in the Netherlands, which isn't even really that bad. Like, it's not a life or death situation for me. So even my worst case scenario didn't feel that bad after I really thought about it and rationalized this. So I guess what helped me build more confidence in me moving abroad was taking actual steps towards it, so it wouldn't feel as foreign and as unknown. And second was time. I just, needed time to sit with the idea, to think about it, to really envision my life there. And then the third one is rationalizing and thinking, okay, what is my worst case scenario? And is it actually that bad? Okay, so it's dinner time and I'm actually going back to the same beach club as where I went like a few weeks ago for the wedding. So yeah, I'm hungry now, so let's go. So yeah, 3 years flew by really quickly and I can't believe that it's been this long. I'm very glad that I made the move despite the worries and fears that I felt back then. And I'm also sure that if I could do it, then you can do it as well.